Back for another book review. This is going to be a should you read on Wildcat by J.P. Harker. So as you look here, it's definitely a self-published book. Good quality though. I mean, it was an easy to read paperback. I really enjoyed the print in here. I don't know if I can show that to you good, but pretty good print in here. Good quality, bound really well. So whoever he used is definitely a good book. Wanted to jump in and tell you a little bit about Mr. Harker as an author. So he emailed me and saw that my booktube newbie tag and wanted to send me a copy of the book. Said, hey, would you be interested? I read the Goodreads review. It seemed like something I'd be interested in. So wanted to check it out. Show you the email here that he sent me. I thought it was really cool. So JP Harker got me at a good time. He emailed me on my my work email and said, hey, I'd love for you to read my book. It's a fantasy book. Saw your booktube newbie tag, and I, being the first ever book that's given to me by an author, I really wanted to give him my best shot. Obviously, because this was given to me, there could be some bias there, but I'm not paid to do anything on this one. So I just read it as a person who was given a book, like a friend gave you a book. So definitely don't want anybody to think I got paid for this, because ain't no money coming in here. But when I asked J.P. Harker about his life, he told me that he was an archaeology grad, avid lifelong martial artist who I guess specializes in jiu-jitsu. Can't say anything today. Likes to paint game figures. I'm assuming like Warhammer. I don't do it, but it looks really cool. He's also an avid reader and a writer. Obviously, he watches booktube videos because he saw mine. He's a Welshman from the UK and speaks fluent Welsh. So a lot of the names in the books tie directly back to his heritage, which is really cool. Wildcat is the first book in the Caeldon saga. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'll have it right down here somewhere. So as the characters go into their first battle, they're given a name. Wildcat is our main character's name, which is Rhea. Also, we'll put that down here because I'm probably not saying it right. So we meet Rhea right away. First page, first line of the book is Tehran, which is like their war god, and she's calling out a battle cry. She's running into battle. Immediately, we jump right into the battle. Now, something that I heard an author say one time is, even if you ride a great battle, your audience is not going to care about the battle if they don't really care about the people that are in the battle. So I definitely felt that in this first one. It was like, oh, well, somebody dies, whatever. But coming back to it, as you read the book, so many things in that first battle meant something. Kind of did a little world building for us. It was neat to jump into that first battle. We meet Rhea. She's, I think, 15 at the time. So, young girl running into battle. For me, she seemed like a little too powerful for a 15-year-old girl with a sword, with an axe. There had to be some fighter training that we never heard about, because she's a pretty good fighter through the whole series. Her fighting is definitely never taken to the point where it's like unrealistic. Sometimes you get that and it's like, okay, I understand it's fantasy, unrealistic is okay. Like the main character in Mistborn. She can do some really crazy stuff, but there's magic involved. Here, not so much. The magic is really just a plot point. So definitely if you're into a heavy magic based book, this isn't really going to be for you. This has a lot of politics in it. So I want to back up just a second here. The characters kind of feel like Rhea's family is more of like maybe the Celts, because there's a lot of blue. And I always, being slightly Celtic myself in heritage, not in how I was raised, I've always enjoyed the Celtic side of things. I'll show you a picture. Me and my wife went to Stonehenge a couple years ago, and I was amazed, and I loved it, and it was really cool. So it called back to me for that kind of Celtic just reverence that I guess I personally have. So for me, it meant something. And then we kind of get from the invaders that come into the land and kind of create the drama that happens. They seem more like Romans. And so when we went to the UK, we went to Stonehenge, and on our way back, we stopped in a town called Bath. Had a huge Roman bath in it. So it was definitely a great influence where you see the difference on, what happened and then what is currently happening. I assume there's a great parallel to, he calls them Gaians. I think of them as Romans, pretty much. I mean, they have the armor. They march in legions and formations. Centurions, very Roman linguistic kind of way there that they bring in. There's a lot of dynamics in it that are really interesting because, you've got, okay, this sounds like the Roman Empire, this sounds like the Celtic Empire, and man, I wish we had a map because as you go through, I want a reference. In my mind, I think Rhea's family's from this area, and then the Gaians are down here in this area, but we don't ever cross any water, so it's definitely not England, but it's where does this work out? Is it like the German tribes? Is it where did it really flow through? Are we like up in France, kind of the Normandy area? Because we do have talk of a coast, but I'm not where. And I hope he does a map in the next books. I definitely want to pick them up. I definitely think you should read these. It was great. I don't have a ton of experience with self-published authors, but for one of my early experiences, this has been great. I recommend you go get it. I mean, support this guy. It's been good. Again, not paid. But yeah, I really liked it. I found myself caring about the characters. By the end of the book, I'd grown so attached to a character that, when they passed away, not telling you which one, I was pretty upset. It was one of those where it was like, man, I had high hopes for this person. I wanted them to continue on in the story. I mean, this person was not a main character, but well, hopefully that's not a spoiler. So if I had really one complaint about this, for me, it started a little slow. I pushed through because I really wanted to do the review on this one. I wanted to definitely give my best shot to JP Harker. I'll go ahead and I'll put his social media links down in the description. He's got a Facebook and a Twitter. Seems like a really great guy. Wanted to definitely, he reached out to me, asked me to support his work and just make a video. Never asked me to say, talk it up or talk it down. There were definitely moments. It does get a little romance heavy kind of in parts of the book. So in that, yeah, it was kind of slow. I understood what he was doing there. Being self-published, there were a couple typos, but they don't pull you out of the story. But overall, I'd give it 4 stars easy. It was definitely enjoyable. Definitely want to continue on with the series. It's definitely a series that if anybody ever asks me and says, hey, tell me about a self-published author that you know about, I'm recommending this one right away. For me, it was definitely a great entry into reading self-published authors. It was really good. I can't say much more about it. I could give you a few negatives, and I will in the detailed breakdown that I'll do. I'll link it when it's ready. But most of the Goodreads reviews that I saw also were pretty good on it. So if ever you did want to contact me, I do have an email. It's linked in the About Me part of my YouTube channel. So as we're about to finish up, I want to let you guys know, I'm going to go ahead and try to get back to some sci-fi. Got this recommendation off Reddit. It's Ensign Flandry by Poul Anderson. I've heard some good things about Poul Anderson, so I want to definitely check it out. Looks cool. Drop the book. So definitely looks cool. Want to check it out. Seems like a short, easy read. Also doing a reread through on the Lightbringer series. I've read to book 4. I'm back in book 3 again, getting ready for the release. It should be, I pre-ordered it. Should be here sometime soon. So join the Caravan Club. You can jump in if you're, on your 3rd book or just want to see where we are. I mean, all the spoilers are tagged through, runs through Discord. Pretty neat little system. Also wanted to thank you guys. I finally reached a video that has 200 views on it. It was the Lightbringer magic system. For me, it's fantastic. Unfortunately, Brent Weeks put out 2 Lightbringer Magic Explained on his website, and one of them was not me. But still, it was a great video. I put a lot of effort into it. A lot of people watched it, and I'm so thankful for everybody that did, even though that kind of did sting a little bit. And then I definitely want to get back on The Witcher, The Last Wish. So, been playing the Witcher video game a lot. Enjoy it a lot. I know the books are set way before that, so get through it and do that. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. Share it. That'd be the best thing you could do for me. Interactions on the video are always great with comments. I'd love to hear questions. If you have any questions about the book or about the author, in the description, and I'll do a pinned comment with social media for JP Harker. If you want to go check him out. Seems to be a really cool guy, especially if you live in the UK. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.